Now let's go over it again. Are you sure you didn't hit the building obliteration button when you were fooling around with your utility belt?
I'm sure of it, Barnacle Boy. I was full of cheesecake. I reached down to loosen my belt, and I pressed this button by accident.
Oh, jeez! I sure wish you'd stop fiddling with that thing. You make me nervous.
Nothing to be afraid of, Barnacle Boy. It's just my chin cham. Looky. Such a handsome chin. And here's the picture I took at the Sand Stadium, right before it vanished.
Well, that proves it wasn't you that caused the mess. This time, at least.
Oh, you don't know what mess is. I remember an inmate, super messy. Probably was an old friend of mine. Missy Messerson, that was his name, but we called him Stanley. Nice guy, nice guy.
Hey, a thing or two about mess. I remember a filthy scurvy by the name of Messy Messerson. Or Stanley or something. Filthiest landlubber that ever loved the land. Oh, the tales I can tell.
I'll tell y'all about mess. I remember an inmate called Missy Messerson. Or Stanley or something. Missy has a dope truck and a twister. Silly late.
What do you know about mess? We had an inmate here once. Messy Messerson was his name. Or was it Stanley? Anyway, he smelled worse than Ernie's shoes. Sure was Ernie. I still got it.
You want to hear about mess? We had an inmate. Messy Messerson was his name, I think. But we called him Stanley. I think Stanley had a pony.
Ooh, I know a story about mess. And it's not about Gary's litter box, but it's about an inmate years ago called Messy Messerson. Though some called him Stanley. And good.
Yeah, thanks. Somehow I don't think this is the work of someone called Stanley.
No, it doesn't sound like Stanley's style at all. Stanley Messy Messerson likes to make a mess. The Sand Stadium vanished too cleanly.
Man Ray.
Our number one arch nemesis.
That's right, Sir Matthew Lord. It's me!
So, what are you in for?
I got caught jaywalking. Could you believe it?
You think that's bad? I got caught for having bad breath in a public place. Woohoo!
Dirty Babine.
Oh, our second most arch nemesis.
That's right, face toy.
That's enough of that, gentlemen.
Oh, let's not go through that again.
No, brother, give it a rest.
Oh, can it, fellers?
Oh, not again.
Oh, we'll do not that off.
Spoil sport.
Now let's talk about the disappearance of the Sand Stadium. Baby, a huge monster of the deep, 8-inch.
Monster?
You got a better theory? Next thing you'll say, possibly the sneaky hermit.
Now, let's talk about the disappearance of the Sand Stadium. I think a giant monster robot teleported into another dimension.
Monster?
Stranger things have happened in sci-fi movies, though it could also have been the sneaky hermit.
Now let's talk about the disappearance of the Sand Stadium. I think a huge monster truck dragged it away.
Monster?
It's a good theory. Well, maybe it was the sneaky hermit.
I have a theory about the disappearance of the Sand Stadium. Maybe a big monster musical note blew it out of Bikini Bottom. Monster note. Or maybe it was the sneaky hermit.
Now let's talk about the disappearance of the Sand Stadium. The monster who killed the butler could be in this very room.
Monster?
Monster? Hey, maybe the sneaky hermit took the stadium.
Let's talk about the disappearance of the Sand Stadium. The stadium was a giant monster in disguise.
Master,
In disguise, yeah! Or maybe it was the sneaky hermit.
The sneaky hermit. Of course! This crime shows all the signs that have been present throughout the hermit's criminal career.
What signs? What does the sneaky hermit do?
I think it would be fair to say that the sneaky hermit steals building.
Fine observation, my villainous companion. Now, if everyone will excuse us, this sudden freedom has renewed my eagerness for villainy. Come, Dirty Bubble.
Let's start with jaywalking. They couldn't possibly catch us twice.
We should probably catch those two, you know.
all in good time, Barnacle Boy. All in good time. First, I think we've got a hermit to catch. We'll start with the beach, 'cause hermits love the beach. To infinity and beyond!
Nobody move! I think this building is unstable.
I guess I'll have to go back to my job straightening paper clips if they'll jump.
It's not worse than Artie's feet. Does his feet smell?
Hang that monster truck.
Hey, Lev. A captain's basket and a side order.
That hermit has style. I wonder if I can get a business card.